Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world calls God. Yahweh Shai being the name of his beloved Son, who the world inwardly calls Jesus. It's the brother Yair Dot of WFI Indiana camp coming to y'all with a quick cold cut through the spirit. Just reiterating, you understand, warning that don't forget why you're here. All right, don't forget why our people are in the state that we in as a nation of people, speaking about the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Don't forget why we went through the things that we went through, the things that we're still going through to this very day, the situations that our people are in, the situations that you may be in. Don't forget, you understand, why these different things came upon us. All right, don't get too comfortable in this captivity. All right, don't get to the point to where you're not thinking about why these different things have came upon us, or why you're going through what you're going through, or why you go to the corners and you see our people out there either slumped over or up to no good. Why you don't forget these different things. These things should be on your mind. All right, they shouldn't only come around every once in a blue moon. You should always, think about these different things and understand, because if you're never thinking about why we're in the position we're in today, then you'll lose sight of what the mission is. Okay, you'll lose sight of what we need to do while we're here. All right, you'll lose sight, and your heart will begin, your mind, it'll begin to go too far into the world, like you read about when you read the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 4 and verse 2. Where the Lord told Ezra, he said, for your heart is going too far into this world. So you have to, keep these things in remembrance. That's why the Lord says so much throughout the scriptures, remember the days of old. All right, and the years of many generations. Because if you're not thinking about those different things, you're not remembering those different things, you're not calling these things to mind. Right? Job 8:8 says, I inquire, I pray thee of the former age. You have to. All right, got to, and it's important, it's imperative, all right, that you do, all right, that you never lose sight of, that you never lose sight of why we're here, what our mission is, what we're supposed to do, why we're in this position even in the first place, and how we reverse it, and how do we go through these different things, you understand, and get on the Lord's good side, quote unquote, you understand? All right, so I'm gonna kick it off with the book of Amos, chapter 6 and verse 1, and then I'm gonna drop down, right? But this is the book of Amos, chapter 6 and verse 1. It says, woe to them that are at ease in Zion, right, and trust in the mountains of Samaria, which are named chief of the nations, to whom the house of Israel came, right? So it said, woe to them that are at ease. All right, so, hey, destruction unto people who are comfortable in this captivity, comfortable with the things that we're going through. Now, what does that mean? Because Jake's simple. That doesn't mean that if you're doing well for yourself, or you working, you doing X, Y, Z, whatever the case is, that doesn't mean that the world, right? That doesn't mean that you going off. All right, no, work. Lord said, a man don't work, man don't eat. All right, so yeah, work, get you a job. All right, you want to have a car, get you a car, brother. All right, you want to have a house, brother, get you a house, brother. There's no, real quick, let me get this in Jeremiah. All right, real fast, just because, Jake could take what you say out of context. All right, it's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 29 and verse 4. It says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, unto all that are carried away captives, whom I have caused to be carried away from Jerusalem unto Babylon. It says, build ye houses and dwell in them, and plant gardens and eat the fruit of them. Take ye wives and beget sons and daughters, and take wives of your sons and give daughters to husbands, that they may bear sons and daughters, that ye may be increased there and not diminished. So Even in the book of Jeremiah, when they was going into captivity to the Babylonians, the Lord told them, hey, look, hey, build you houses, right? Get your vineyards, get you wives, sons, daughters. Just because you're in captivity don't mean you just become a potato and you just bury your head in the ground every single day. No, hey, do what you need to do, you understand, in that captivity. It said that you be not diminished. All right, so in like manner, you know, through the Spirit, even in this captivity that we in now in 2025, that doesn't mean, like I said, you become a potato. You just bury your head in the ground. You, oh, it's me. You're not doing that. You're not working. You're not providing for your household, etc., etc. Do that. You're actually commanded to do that, but hey, do that. There's nothing wrong with, you know, the Lord said in the book of Sirach, defraud not thyself of a good day. There's nothing wrong with trying to enjoy the fruits of your labor or what have you, and so on and so forth. But back to the original thing, hey, don't get too comfortable in this captivity, man, to where your heart, your mind is going too far into this world, to where Paul told you, he said, hey, using the world but not abusing it. You understand? You use the world for, you know, hey, what you need. All right, obviously you got to get a job. You understand? You got to do X, Y, Z. Hey, use it, but don't abuse it. All right, so don't, woe unto you that are at ease when we read the book of Amos chapter 6. Right, let me go back to that. All right, this is the book of, again, this is the book of Amos chapter 6 and verse 1. It says, woe to them that are at ease in Zion, right? So, hey, woe unto the people that are at ease, you understand, in this captivity. All right, obviously back then it's talking about Zion, right? In Samaria, but hey, if you at ease in this captivity, you just comfortable. You're not thinking about the oppression that you or your people going through. You just waking up every morning, you're smiling, you understand, it's a good day, the birds chirping, it's just every day is a good day. You're not thinking about what your people going through. You're not even caring about what they're going through. Why? Because you're too busy worried about what you got going on. Even when you read the book of let me see if I can get there real quick. Bear with me. See if I can find this in the book of Ecclesiastes. Right, Salakia. See if I can find this. Khan, this is the book of Ecclesiastes. I believe this is what I want. Khan, this is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 2. It says, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. Right? Meaning what? It's not, if you damn happy and giggling 24/7, there's something wrong with that. Especially as a grown man. All right, the Lord says, surely your oppression maketh the wise man mad. Right? But reading on, right, here's the point. Reading on in verse 2, it says, then to go into the house of feasting. It says, for what is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Watch this. It says, verse 3, sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. What does that mean? Right? The heart is made better. Right? Through the sad countenance. What is that talking about? It's saying what? If you happy 24/7, you just smiley, looky, and all this other different stuff, guess what? You're not inclined to think about the things that need to be thought about. Right? Think about it. When you happy, you understand, or whether it be a feast day or whether it be you something is going on, you may be, be watching the game or whatever makes you happy. You understand? Spending time with your family. You're not really thinking about the nitty gritty of certain things. You're not taking that time to do that. Why? Because you focused on, hey, you in Murph. You're in Murph right now. You're not finna bring, you understand, those hard thoughts. I'll just put it like that. Those hard thoughts to your mind frame. All right, when you taking your family out and y'all going now, whether it be out to eat or the park or whatever you do, in the midst of your mirth, you're not thinking about those hard things. All right. You're not getting to the nitty gritty. You're not pondering upon, hard questions or hard decisions that have to be made about certain things or whatever the case is. You understand? But instead, in those times, you focused on the mirth. You focused on, whatever's going on in righteousness and mirth. Right? But a man whose countenance is low or sorrowful, whatever the case may be, that man, or not even necessarily sorrowful, but even kill, whatever it is, guess what? That man is, he's more likely to focus on the things that, like we said, we're going to call it the hard questions or the hard things, the nitty gritties, the decisions, and so on and so forth. All right. That man's more inclined to think upon those different things. Right. But somebody that's giggling and all the time and happy, and they don't have no type of stress in the world, and they whatever the case may be, they at ease, straight up and down, they at ease in this captivity. Then guess what? They not worried about those different stuff. They not thinking upon those different things. All right. But the Lord said, woe, back in Amos chapter 6 and verse 1, the Lord said, woe unto them that are at ease. Right. But I'm gonna drop down to verse 3. It says, ye that put far away the evil day, and cause the seat of violence to come near. It said, ye that put far the evil day. Right? People that's not thinking about the things that's what the scriptures tell us to do, which is, think upon the days of old, consider the years of many generations, inquire the former age, I prayed, so on and so forth. People that's not thinking about that, guess what? Not most of the time, they not pondering or thinking upon, us being in this situation that we in, why we in this situation that we in, trying to better themselves, because they understand that bettering yourself is helping your nation. All right. I say that all the time. When you better yourself, when you getting yourself together, you helping your nation ultimately. Because guess what? That's one more brother. Right? That's one more sister that's repenting, coming back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, and perfecting themselves in the last days. All right? That's one more person. But, so like you, right? But ultimately, the Lord said, ye that put away the evil day, meaning what? You just putting it off from day to day. You putting that, I know the Lord said he come back soon, but I don't think he coming back that soon. I think we got a lot of time to do A, B, and C. Now you planning for stuff 30 years down the road. You planning for stuff you talking about in 10 years. You making the plan for something that's gonna happen in 10 years. Guess what? Your heart is it, and it don't even have nothing to do with the truth or nothing. You just planning for something with you telling yourself, yeah, when that 2035 car come out, that I heard they was supposed to make EVs in all the cars, man. Right, when that 2035 EV car come out, man, yeah, I gotta give me that. What you mean, brother? When that 2035 car come out, right, brother? It's 2025. All right, we still got prophecies and stuff that's coming to pass. That's what we focused on when it comes to the time. We focused on the prophecies, right? And we want the Lord to come back yesterday, man. All right, but you don't want to be at ease while you're in this captivity. All right, it's the main point. You don't want to be at ease. You just somebody you always, right? Let's go to the book of Mark real quick. All right, you can't be focused on everything that's going on in this present life. All right, and when I say focused on, what do I mean when I say that? I'm just saying you can't, all your chips can't be in the center of the table for the things that's in this life. That's all I mean when I say that. Like I said, we already went over, you got to work, et cetera, do this. Nothing wrong with, don't defraud yourself of a good day, et cetera. But, have a righteous balance. All right. Have a righteous balance in this thing. All right. You don't want to be giving more attention to the things of this world that don't really matter more than you giving attention, you understand, to the word of the Lord, to your spirit and the spirits of those that surround you. Least you be overtaken and your heart be too far gone and you don't even realize it. You don't even realize that your heart is just going further and further into the world until it's too late. And even when it's too late, guess what? You're gonna be out the truth. You still not gonna recognize it. You're gonna think you good. You're gonna think you straight. You don't think, man, I ain't doing nothing wrong. I'm just living life. But because you know the name of the Lord, you understand, you think you all right. Meanwhile, you back in this, you back out there, you're not coming to camp, you don't go to camp, you don't watch the videos no more, right? All you do is you wake up, you pray in the morning, and you pray before you go to sleep, and you say the name of the Lord every now and then. All right? And you just waxing worse and worse and worse. Why? Because your mind is going further and further into the world. Because you're trying to be at ease so much. People got to remember, this is captivity. It's not meant for you to damn be at ease. That's like when you a kid. That's like when you a kid and you get put on punishment. All right, you get put on punishment, right? They tell you, hey, you can't go outside. All right, so you gotta stay in the house. Well, nowadays it's probably the opposite, but right, they tell you, hey, you can't go outside, so you stay in the house. Hey, if your parents come home and it look like you having fun in the house, they might take your phone away, take your game, take the TV out, take the door off the hinges, all type of stuff, man, because they like, look, this is a punishment. This is not made for you to enjoy yourself. All right, now use wisdom, with that, with what I'm saying, right? But this is the book of Mark, chapter 13 and verse 1. And it reads, and as he went out of the temple, one of his disciples saith unto him, Master, see what manner of stones and what buildings are here. Basically, they was walking out of the temple and they basically just showing them like, man, you see how this is nice? This is a nice temple. See the type of brick that it's made with, and you see the cut, and you see it. Basically, they was kind of showing it off, kind of marveling at it or whatnot. Right? Let's see what Yahushua said. All right, and that's basically through the spirit equivalent of what? You go downtown to your local city, you seeing the skyscrapers, you taking pictures at your different monuments and buildings and different stuff like that. All right, you doing A, B, and C, whatever it is. All right, you just marveling at these different things. All right, that's not to say that you can't look at it and say, dang, that's a nice build. That's nothing wrong with that. All right. But don't get it twisted. Don't get to the point to where you marveling over stuff like that more. You understand, and you marveling of the beautiful works of the Most High God, like you read about like you read about in the book of Psalms chapter 126, right? Let's get that. Matter of fact, real quick. Actually, let me finish this first, then we'll go to there. Right? I'm gonna read 13 and 1 again, then go to 2. Right? It says, Mark 13 and 1. It says, and as he went out of the temple, one of his disciples saith unto him, Master, see what manner of stones and what buildings are here. And Yahushua answering said unto him, seest thou these great buildings? There shall not be left one stone upon another, and shall not be that shall not be thrown down. So hey, Yahushua told him, look, you see all these buildings right here? It's not going to be one building that's still standing by the time this place is done with. Now, what was he talking about? He was prophesying and talking about what? The destruction that was going to happen to Jerusalem. Prophesying about 70 AD. Through the spirit, it's the same thing as now, though. Because guess what? You marveling about the buildings and the things. Chiefly, it don't got to specifically be buildings, but you just marveling about this damn society. You marveling about society. You getting happy as hell because they coming out with the damn whatever. All right. In a couple years or 5, 10, 20 years, whatever it is. Hey, the Lord said, look, all this stuff going to be gone, man. None of this stuff is going to stand. Like I said, obviously he was prophesying about the things in Jerusalem for the destruction of Jerusalem that was going to come. Right. But guess what? It's going to be the same thing now. The same thing's going to happen now. You understand? When the Lord come back, hey, none of these things are going to be left. Right? Real quick. Let's go to that in Revelations real fast. Right? Then we'll end it with Psalms. right? This is the book of Revelations chapter 6 and verse 13. It says, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. Talking about what? Those missiles coming down. You understand? Those missiles coming down and destroying this place. All right. It says, so like in verse 14, it says, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. You see that? It said every mountain and stuff was moved out of their places, and that's what's coming. You got ICBM missiles, you got nuclear war weapons, all type of weapons that we don't even know about. You understand? That's gonna be getting used in the latter days, man. And guess what? We're in those latter days, but chiefly when Yahushua come back, man. When he come back and they coming through and destroying all these different places throughout America. Guess what? All this stuff is gonna be nothing but a heap of rubble and rubbish. Just nothing but just rubble. You understand? Right? Let me get a quick preset real fast. So I can bear with me. I want to get a preset. See if I can find this. See if I can find this. Salakia, bear with me. Specific thing that I want to find. All right. I think I'm about to just go to the book of Psalms. I can't find what I wanted to. Lord willing, it might come to me by the time I get done reading this. Hopefully, Lord willing. But the point is, you understand, this place is going to be destroyed. All right. Don't put your trust, don't put your mind, you understand, into a place that's going to literally become earth. It's going to literally become dirt, rubble, and rubbish. You understand? The foundations of it is going to be completely destroyed. All right? Through warfare, right? With, between nations, but also through what? Through the Lord's coming. Right? When Yahushua come back, man, things is going to be getting destroyed left and right. All right? And this place is definitely going to be destroyed. So don't put all your chips in the center of the table, but rather understand, how to use the world, not abuse it. You understand? Use have righteous balance. All right. And don't let your heart go too far into this world, and don't be at ease in this captivity, man. All right. Don't be super comfortable. Don't be super comfortable while we're in this captivity, but rather understand that, we here for a reason. And the reason that we here, you understand, is it's all for correction. You understand? This is us being corrected, being in this captivity that we're in. And with us being corrected, what do we have to get back to? What's the correction? Right? Obviously, the correction is this captivity, but what do we got to get back to? We got to get back to what? Keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, while having faith, you understand, in Yahushua. That's what it come down to. And that's what we have to do in these last days. All right? The main thing was always the main thing. We got to keep it that way. All right? This is the book of Psalms, chapter 1, or actually, so like it. Let me get this quick precept real fast. Classic. Just cause I said that. All right? It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. Right? So, the main thing, we got to keep the main thing at all times. All right? This is the book of Psalms, chapter 126. And I want verse I'll start at verse 1 and I'll jump down, right? But this is the book of Psalms, chapter 126 and 1. It says, when the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dreamed. All right, so when you think and reminisce about how our nation was like during the time when David ruled, or when the time, you understand, King Solomon ruled, right? It was beautiful. It had to be, right? Those are the times that our minds have to go back to, to understand what we trying to get back to. And it's going to be 700 times better than those times. You understand? The kingdom that's to come, right? The kingdom that's to come is going to be 700 times better than the kingdom we had at one point in time, when we had David ruling, when we had Solomon ruling, Hezekiah ruling, you understand? Josiah ruling during the righteous portion, so on and so forth. All right. But it says, then was our mouth filled with laughter and our tongue was singing. Then our mouth was singing. Then they among the heathen, the Lord have done. Then said they among the heathen, the Lord have done great things for them. The Lord have done great things for us, wherefore we are glad. And that's what we have to understand. The Lord has done beautiful things for us. All right. Lord has done beautiful things for us. And with the Lord doing beautiful things for us, we got to understand that we got to want to get back to that, man. Who wouldn't want to get back to pleasing the Most High God in righteousness and benefiting from doing that? You understand? Having so many things that he's done for us in the past and still to this very day, but who wouldn't want to benefit from that? Right? Who wouldn't want to get back in good graces with the Most High God, who literally controls everything and is in control of everything? Right? Reading on, it says, verse 4, turn again our captivity, O Lord, as the streams of the south. Right? And that's what we want the Lord to do, man. We want the Most High God to turn again our captivity. All right? But what do we got to do? We got to make sure that we doing our job, man. That we keeping the main thing, that our heart is not going too far into this world. Right? Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30. It said, turn again our captivity. Right? It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, and verse, I'll start at 2, right? It says, and shalt return unto the Lord thy God, and shalt obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, and all, with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that the Lord thy God, that then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all nations. So when we begin to do our job, keeping the main thing, you understand, which is keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, right? While obviously having faith, you understand, in the Most High God and his son, Yahushua, right? And patiently wait on the coming of our King, then guess what? Hey, the Lord is going to turn our captivity, man, right? Lord is going to turn our captivity, man, and fill us, with everything that we longing for ultimately. The things that we want, the Lord is going to give to us. All right, as long as we remain patient, keep the main thing, stay focused, don't go too far into this world, man. All right, you cannot go too far into this world. Don't be at ease and you super comfortable in this society. All right, you super comfortable. You're not even thinking about why we even here in the first place. You forgetting why we here in the first place. It only come through your mind, every now and then. All right. Remember these different things. Think upon these different things. All right. And understand, hey, when we do what we supposed to do, hey, and we hold up our end of the bargain, hey, the Most High God's going to hold his up. All right. So Lord willing, brothers and sisters, continue to endure, continue to fight, continue to remember. All right. Stay focused while we in this captivity. Right. And understand why we're here. All right. We're not here to move in the YOLO spirit. You only live once. All right, we're not here to do all this extra stuff. All right, we here for one, because our disobedience led us here, right? But two, we here to get back right with the Most High God. All right, and it start with us. All right, it start with you. All right. Each individual, it starts with us. All right. So Lord willing, right, we use that to our advantage in these last days. With that, Kwam Yashala, Shalom.